Hello everyone, we are Group 3. This video is about two technologies of a mobile device. One is quick response code, and other one is near-field communication. In the next 10 minutes, my talk will be in 3 parts. In the first part, I will introduce QR code and the workflow of the QR code system. Then in the second part, NFC and its architecture will be introduced. Finally, I will go on talk about comparison between QR code and NFC. Firstly, I will have brief introduction about QR code. QR code is a type of two-dimensional code. QR code can be read both horizontally and vertically, as well as be scanned by anyone with a smartphone. They are easy of use, have a comprehensive range of flexibility, large data storage capacity, and damage resistance. All of these advantages are the reasons why they are so popular on a global scale. Okay, now let's move on to the workflow of the QR code system. For example, as a user of WeChat app, for convenience, I want to generate my own QR code, so others can add me on WeChat by scanning my own QR code. So how does it work? My personal data information can be encoded by QR code encoder, then generate my own QR code, so others can scan my QR code. The QR code decoder on his WeChat app can decode my QR code to retrieve my personal data information. This is a simple example of the workflow of the QR code system. Now, what about NFC? Otherwise known as near-field communication, is a wireless-oriented communication technology for smartphones or other devices, which allows people to transfer data between devices up to 10 cm distance. NFC works based on a tag. It creates a wireless connection that doesn't need mobile internet to function. This is architecture of NFC. It's more complicated than the QR code. I just want to mention two important elements in this architecture. The first one is the secure element, which is used for ensuring secure NFC transaction, and it also provides a reliable and secure environment for storing sensitive data. The second one is the NFC antenna, which plays an important role in NFC device, as it is the front end for communication between NFC-enabled mobile device and NFC device. The design and performance of NFC antenna have an essential impact on communication quality. Now we come to the next point, which is a comparison between QR code and NFC tag in 3 aspects. Okay, the first one is investment cost. QR codes can be generated by anyone. Free online QR code generation sites abound on the internet. The only cost the user need maybe is that they have to connect to the internet. However, NFC tags need to have chips encoded. This therefore costs more, because you have to send over your tag design to a company which can encode NFC chips and embed them in posters, signs, and other materials. The second aspect is accessibility. Before talking about this, I will show 2 videos about using QR code and NFC to make payments. This is an example. I use QR code to make a mobile payment. Here is another example. I use NFC to make a mobile payment. QR codes and NFC are highly used in mobile payments. In China, everyone already uses QR codes to make payments in WeChat or Alipay. QR codes make this process easier because we don't need any additional equipment to pay with them. As for NFC, although some newer smartphone models automatically come with NFC tags, not all of them do. If your phone doesn't have one, it can be tough to add an NFC tag to a phone that doesn't come with it. In addition, NFC information sharing can't be done from a distance. As we all know, the outbreak of the COVID-19, We need to avoid close contact to keep safe. Instead of rubbing your smartphones with public device and spreading the virus, a contactless technology like QR codes, which will be more useful. QR code scanning takes place from a distance, even extremely far distance. The last aspect is security. For QR code, there are two main security risks. One is phishing. Phishing is a common way that hackers break into websites. Where this comes into play with QR codes is during the scanning process. Advertised for websites often contain QR codes that direct users to a specific landing page. What can happen is that the link created for the website has been redirected to a new website with security issues. The next security is related to malicious software distribution, many of which are directed at Android users due to open source software. Hackers use QR codes to aid in this process because they use a code to direct users to a website that begins this download process. Now I'm going to talk about 3 security risks of NFC. The first is eavesdropping, which happens when a criminal listening on an NFC translation to steal private information. The second is data corruption. Data being transferred during an NFC transaction can be corrupted, so the receiver can't use it. The last one is interception attacks, which occurs when an NFC data transfer is rerouted to a device other than the ones that intended. QR code and NFC, both of them have security issues, but it seems that QR codes are more easily attacked because NFC tags are hard without a corresponding device. In conclusion, we have briefly introduced QR code and NFC, and we make a comparison between them in 3 aspects. It's hard to say which one is better. Both of them provide convenience for our lives, and both of them need to be improved in the future. This is our reference list, and thank you for listening.